Hey guys, Jay Young here with Young Red Angus. Thank you so much for making this video a part of your day. As you can see, I am currently drilling wheat. This video, we are going to talk about treating your wheat seed with Johnson Soup compost, Johnson Soup extract. And I want to talk about what I normally do, and then I want to talk about if you're in a hurry and in a pinch and you want to do it really quick. I guess this is what we did. I don't know that I necessarily recommend this, but this is what we did. So we'll talk about what we traditionally do, and we'll talk about what I did in a pinch and why I did it this way.
And this is what we all feel, let's just not deny it. Something pulls and it tears in the deepest place. This is what we all know. Why must we still fight it? It's time to open our eyes and acknowledge the writing on the wall.
Today's episode is sponsored by Regen Ag Lab. Regen Ag Lab is the ag lab that we trust and use.
What we traditionally do is we'll make Johnson Soup extract, and we'll make it with our Bio 5 extractor machine, and we'll let that, go through the brewing process. I call it brewing process, the extraction process, whatever, for 20 minutes, and then we'll have our extract. Once we have that extract, we'll put it in an IBC tote, and then we'll take the truck that needs to be treated and we'll dump it onto a conveyor belt auger, and we'll hold the Johnson Soup extract in a bobcat, skid steer, whatever you want to call it, above the conveyor belt. We'll open that up and we'll treat the wheat seed onto the truck, another truck. So then we'll have our Johnson Soup ready. I like doing it that way because if I get too much on our wheat, then I'll let it sit on that truck for a couple hours, then I'll run it back onto the other truck, and that's enough to dry it out and everything's fine. I found that if you don't do that and you get it too wet, it'll cake up in your truck, and so I am cautious about getting too much on there and not moving it across. And it's also made me cautious about not treating your wheat straight onto your drill, because I'm afraid of getting too much on there. So the risk of getting too much on there has got me a little terrified. The benefit is that you're getting the biology on the wheat immediately, and then you're getting that into the ground immediately. So that's the pro. I've leaned towards the cautious side because I don't want to plug up my drill, and then also the research that Dr. James White out of Rutgers University shows him that these seed treatments that you do on specifically on wheat, the bacteria and the fungal endophytes penetrate that seed, and then it stays with that seed, according to him, indefinitely. So that's why I'm more cautious and don't like treating onto the seed. But in today's video, I'm going to discuss why we didn't do it that way and treated it straight onto the drill. The timeline. Back in August, my sons both play junior high football. 2 days into practice, they didn't have an assistant coach, so I agreed to be assistant football coach. I love football. I love coaching men, but I've never done it because this is such a busy time of year. It just doesn't make sense to leave at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and go coach football. But I thought I need to do this for my boys. They're only this age once, and I don't want them to have a bad football season because I wasn't willing to sacrifice for them. So that was in August. On Saturday, today's Saturday, last Saturday, my dad went to the emergency room because he had immense pain in his legs, and it turns out that he had a blood clot. I think he had more than one, I can't remember, but he had pretty significant blood clots in his legs, and so he's on blood thinner and in a lot of pain, and it's going to be a while before he's able to come back and be full strength at work. And so Monday it rains, so I got a little bit of time for the fields to dry out. I realized Thursday I could probably plant Thursday night, and so we decided to treat our wheat seed that day, and we're going to get it into the drill. When I treat wheat seed, I do 70 gallons of Johnson Sioux extract for 500 bushels of wheat. The reason I do that amount is because John Nicewarner said he saw in some video of some Australian or somebody doing it that way. And so that's been my magic formula ever since, and now I don't even remember where that idea came from. I just know it works well, and that's the ratio that we go with, is 70 gallons for 500 bushels. So we go to treat it. I get my 70 gallons ready. We treat the wheat seed, and I made 100 just in case we're putting it on too thick. Well, I get done treating it, and I got 50 gallons left, which means I only put on 50 gallons, and that means I'm 20 gallons shy. And I could feel the wheat, and I just didn't feel like the wheat felt damp enough for what it should be for a good seed treatment. And what I mean by that is I've been doing this for a couple, since 2001 now. I have an idea of how wet that wheat should be when we get a good seed treatment on there. And so I wanted to make sure that we got more biology on there. I went ahead and did that first 80, and then Friday morning rolls around, and I just decided, hey, we're going to get a better treatment on here, but I also want to get planting before it starts training on Friday. And so I went ahead and just planted it straight on, or treated it straight onto the planter on Friday morning. So I made a video of me doing that. Here's me doing that. Okay, so we're going to treat wheat seed onto the drill right now with our extract. I don't like doing it this way, but I'm in a hurry to get this done before it rains. So here we go. So while I'm doing this Friday morning, I'm super nervous about doing that, because I'm like, if I get this too thick in there, I don't want it to cake up inside the drill. So this was a great experience for me, because I knew if I did it right, I'm going to know whether or not it cakes up in your drill at that ratio. So I did the math. I needed 25 gallons to do the 10,000 pounds of wheat that I can fit in the back hopper. I poured on those jugs as we were loading the planter, and it came out bang on, like got it perfect. And so I was really excited that we got it just what we needed. But I wanted to get it drilled that day. I get to the field that we're drilling, and I was getting ready to make a video that day while I was planting, kind of like I am now, and it starts drizzling. So then I'm super nervous, because I don't know how much it's going to rain. I don't know how long the wheat's going to be sitting on the planter with that seed treatment on it. And I thought, man, I might be in trouble. So today it dried out enough. It only drizzled like 10/100ths. Dried out enough on another part of the county that I was able to plant a different field. And right now I'm almost empty, and all of it's come out well and didn't have any issues. I'm really excited that worked, because I've been wanting to do it this way for a while, but haven't had the guts to do it that way. And now that I know that it worked, I think in the future what I'm going to do is I'm going to treat my wheat seed ahead of time, but then I might add a little bit of treatment right as it goes into the planter, just to make sure that I get the treatment on there. And then, if I don't have the ability or the time to treat it later, it's not that big of a deal. But I like the idea of it getting wet straight onto the planter and everything going well. I'd like to do more research plots to kind of get an idea of how everything is going. But like I just said, right now there's a little bit of chaos going on in my life, and it's a Saturday, and I'm probably going to be working late tonight on a Saturday. So taking the time to make a specific plot here with this much Johnson Sioux applied, or different compost tested or, different rates of mez. Not going to happen. I will say, Dad was a little concerned. Like our wheat yields were not all that great this last year. We were in a drought, and I think he doesn't know what our neighbors made, but some of our neighbors' wheat looked better than ours, and so he was concerned. And so we're going to do a little bit of mez on some of our fields, just to kind of see the difference. I'm going to, a couple of them I'm going to do half of 180 and half of the other 80, just to see what the results are. So we'll see how mez responds, or how the roots respond with the seed treatment and the mez. I've got videos coming up where we're going to talk about how our milo did with only applying 40 pounds of nitrogen, no phosphorus, and the compost extract on the milo, and our corn. I've got some really good looking corn and some really good looking milo. So I'm excited for those videos to come out. If you guys have any comments, or if you guys have any thoughts on a video that you want to see in the future, leave that in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're a person that prays, pray for my dad that he gets well soon, and keep pursuing soil health. This is Jay Young, out.